friends, welcome to today's video. Today we are playing and having some fun again with the new NATASHA DENONA GLAM palette. This is my second video and look using this palette. I will link my first video using this palette down below, which I include swatches and a bit closer up of the palette, but I love this stinking palette. I won't tell you all the reasons why because I did that in the first video, which hopefully you saw, but I wanted to do my makeup today and play with it some more. It is just so beautiful and stunning. If you have it, let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below, but this is the look that I created today. I wanted to go with something really gold and kind of warm. The first look was a bit more cool, so I just wanted to show you guys different ways that you can use it. It's a very easy palette to use. I feel like you can really kind of blend and mix any shades together and you're gonna get like perfection. So in addition to that, I'm also playing with a new blush, the Milani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush. I'm all about finding a great liquid and cream blush, so anytime I see new ones, I grab them and snag them. So we're gonna be testing this, and then we're also testing a new bronzer that is so strange to me, and I don't know how I feel about it yet, but we do use it in the video. It's by the brand Undone from Target, and it's the water bronzer. So yeah, if you wanna see either of these guys in action, then you will see that in the video. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get started with the tutorial. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes with a little bit of the Alter Ego eyeshadow primer, and I'm just gonna use a tiny bit because I have already kind of applied a little bit of concealer on my lid. I filmed a video just before this. I'm actually testing the new IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better foundation today, so I just filmed that part. I'm also testing the Tarte Creaseless Concealer, and it's a little thick in consistency, so I had a little extra and I blended it on my lids. All right, there we go. Okay, so next we're gonna go in the palette, and I did already film a video, so I'm gonna try and use different shades in this tutorial, but I am really loving this palette, you guys. It's so beautiful. I will link the first video I filmed where I did swatches and kind of showed the palette a little closer. I'll link that down below if you wanna check that out, but we're just gonna go ahead and get started with the makeup, and we're gonna start with a transition shade, and we're gonna do this one right here, this color called Crease. We're gonna use that in the crease because I think last time I used the more warmer tone shade. So we're gonna go in and kind of just work this into the crease. I'm gonna go in kind of round motion. I wanna make the eye look a little rounder rather than pull it out and make it look more olive. So we're gonna kind of build that shape. This is the step to when you're doing your makeup that really will kind of lay the foundation for the shape of the eye. And what I mean by that is if you're trying to create more of a cat eye or elongated eye, you would probably wanna just kind of pull it out a little bit more. But if you wanna create a more open round eye, then you can, really focus on getting that crease blended in a round motion like this. That's nice pigment. I think I used this because it looks like I used it, but I can't remember how I felt about it. It actually goes on a little deeper than I would have thought it would. So this is definitely more of a cool tone transition shade. It's got a lot of gray in it, where the other one that I used in my first video has a lot more warmth to it. It's kind of more of like a peachy, peanut buttery shade. I think there was a shade in a palette once called Peanut Butter, and it just reminds me of that. Kind of working that back and forth. Nice, okay. I need to even them out because I feel like this is a little heavier on the outer lid. This one, there we go. Now we're even. Perfect. Okay, nice. Then we're gonna go in and build a little more depth in the outer corner. So I wanna go in, I'm actually gonna use a shade right here. It's called Outer Lid, and it's a really pretty shimmery kind of smoky taupe shade. It's really beautiful. We're gonna use that on the outer lid, so right here on the outer corner, and then I will take it probably about, not quite all the way to the center of the lid, but almost there. And for that, I'm gonna use the BK Beauty 203 brush, and we're going to just kind of pack this right on the outer corner. Okay, I'm really liking this foundation. I don't know if the foundation review will be up before this video, but I've had it on for like 30 minutes and I really think it's so beautiful. So I don't know yet how it's gonna wear today. Okay, so now that I have it packed on, I'm gonna go back in with a blending brush and I'm just going to blend it up a little higher. I'm just gonna work with what's already on the lid. I'm not gonna dip into the palette with this brush. I'm just gonna work with what's there. And what I'm doing is I'm placing the brush in my crease, but then I'm turning it up. So what that is doing is it's allowing that tip to get that product, and then it's allowing the tapered edges to really diffuse it upward, if that makes sense. So this is a good little trick if you want that real like smoky kind of diffused crease look. Now I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna add a little more shadow because I feel like this needs to be a little lifted. This eye is always, do you notice that? This eye is always a little kind of down. This eye is always lifted, and this one I've got to kind of make it even. Okay, next I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna deepen that outer corner even a bit more. So I'm gonna use this shade, which is called Lash Line, and I'm really only using a small amount because it's pretty dark. So we're gonna just really like barely dip that in. And I am gonna tap it off with my finger just to make sure I don't have too much there. Oh yeah, that really intensifies that outer corner. Nice. Okay, next what I want to do is I do want to add a little bit of warmth in that crease. So I'm going to take the shade Blend. It's the like more warm transition shade, and I'm going to put a little bit of that on the 201 brush, and I'm gonna place it just above my crease, and I'm gonna go back and forth just a little bit, not too much. I just want you to see a little bit of warmth, kind of soften that harsh edge with the other shadows and make it a little softer and a little warmer. Next, we're gonna go into the inner corner, and I'm gonna use this shade right here. It's called Brow Bone. It's a really beautiful, real shimmery champagne shade. We're gonna pack that. Actually, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna save that for the very inner corner. We're gonna use this shade right here. It's called Crease Eyelid. No, Center Eyelid, I'm sorry. It's very, very gold. We're gonna pack that on the inner half of the lid. I am wearing this shirt. I'll pop up so you can see. I just feel like that would really complement my shirt. And I love this color. Okay, so I'm gonna pack that right here. Oh, that's pretty. That is gorgeous. That is so beautiful and striking. And then I'm just gonna softly kind of blend it to transition into that darker shade really well. I don't want to go all the way over because I still want to keep that real rich darkness there, but I do want to have some soft transition. I don't want it to be like gold foiled and then dark, you know what I mean? So we're going to start by applying it here, getting most of that product off, and then once you feel like your brush is deposited most of the product, then you can go and just softly work it into transition, the two. Oh, that's so gorgeous. It literally looks like liquid foil. It's so beautiful. I love that. Next, we're gonna go in with the shade, and I'm actually gonna use this one right here. It's called Center Eyelid, and we're gonna pop that right in the inner corner using the same brush. And that is just gonna softly brighten that inner corner a little bit. And then we're gonna take it down on the lower lash line. Oh, this palette is so beautiful. I haven't seen a neutral palette, like all neutral like this, that I love this much in such a long time. It is so, so beautiful. Okay, next we're gonna go ahead and work on the lower lash line and create that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a pencil brush. What do I have here? I was gonna use the BK Beauty 207, but I want something a little more pointy, and I don't have that. So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the BK Beauty 204, the Smudge It brush, and I'm gonna take the shade Crease. This is the first one we used, and we're gonna lay that down all across the lower lash line from the outer corner to the inner corner. Ooh, it's really comes off much darker. Actually, yeah, I forgot how dark this comes off. I'm not gonna take it all the way to the inner corner. I'm gonna stop right here just before my lashes kind of stop. And then I'm gonna take the shade Smoke, and we're gonna add that on top, just in the outer corner a bit. Now I'm gonna take my BK Beauty 108 brush, and I'm just gonna kind of work it underneath here. I'm starting to see my concealer crease, which is kind of funny because I'm actually testing a creaseless concealer. All right, next I wanna add a little bit of that gold on my lower lash line. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this brush. This is the Sigma Short Shader E20, and I'm gonna take this color here. That's that really vibrant gold. I feel like this is definitely the featured color of the look. And we're gonna pop that right in the middle of the lower lash line. Okay, yeah, that's pretty. And then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna darken the outer corner a little bit because doing that gold kind of lightened that outer corner, and I wanna keep it real rich and dark. And then we're gonna apply a little mascara. I'm using the NARS Extreme Climax Mascara, and I'm gonna just do a very light coat on my lower lashes, very, very light coat. This wand is pretty full and the formula is pretty thick, so I just want a very light coat. And I'm actually gonna pop a little bit on my lash extensions. I'm due for a fill, so they're a little kind of wild. So putting mascara kind of keeps them a little more uniform and clean looking. Okay, so this is the look. Next, let's go in with bronzer, and I'm actually testing a new bronzer today. I don't have high hopes for it because I swear swatched it on my hand and I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I can work with this, but nonetheless, we're gonna try it. This is by the brand Undone Beauty, and I got this from Target. I don't know how long this brand has been in Target, but it was the first time I had seen this brand. And this is called the Water Bronzer, and I have the shade 210 Baked. So this is what it looks like, okay? It looks very dark, but when you put it on the skin, it is like super, I mean, look at this. It's so translucent and sheer. We will see how we feel about this. It's called the Water Bronzer. Let's give it a try. I'm going to kind of lay it back here where I would normally apply bronzer, and I feel like I need to layer it because it's so light. And then we're gonna take, I'm gonna actually take this Persona brush. This is her new brush, the dual ended, and we're gonna just try and kind of blend this out. I do like the color. I think the color is a good level for me. It's pretty warm, so I don't think it's necessarily a great color for contour because it is so warm. It's definitely more of a bronzer shade. Okay, well that blended nicely. I was worried that it was gonna blend, like it was gonna mess up my makeup underneath, which would be really sad because I'm actually testing a foundation today, so I don't want that to happen. All right, let's go on the other side. I think I'm just gonna apply it there. I don't wanna apply it all over, just in case it does alter the foundation. I wanna give this foundation review a fair shot. So if at the end of the day, if I test the foundation, I look and this area is messed up, then I know it's this bronzer. It feels very cooling, like it feels nice. I think that it would be a nice product if you put it on bare skin, like with no foundation, and you just wanna have a little bit of color to bare skin for the day. So we have the bronzer on it. Next, we're gonna apply blush. And today I'm testing a new product that I picked up. It's by Milani. It's called the Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush. And I have the shade Nude Flush. So we are going to squeeze a little bit of this out on the hand. I'm all about cream or liquid blushes lately. This is what the product looks like. It's a very warm, kind of bronzy apricot color. The product feels actually pretty thick. It actually feels like a thick liquid, but it feels nice. So I'm gonna take this on my finger, I'm gonna smile and get that apple of the cheek, and we're gonna press it in with the finger, and then I am gonna use a brush to blend it out. We're gonna use the same brush we used for bronzer. I'm gonna keep those cheeks popped though, so I can get that color right there on to the cheek. This also would be a great product to use on bare skin when you don't have foundation on. If you go foundation free, using more cream or liquid like bronzers or blush are great because it'll actually stick to the skin. It's hard to use a powder blush or bronzer if you don't have any foundation on because it doesn't really adhere well to drier skin. Okay, perfect. That looks nice, very natural, very warm, natural sheer. I like how it gives a little bit of a highlight. Next, I'm gonna line the inner rim of the eye to brighten the eye, and I'm using the Wet n Wild Brow Highlighter. This has a pinky tone to it, and I'm gonna be real soft with this because I've already applied my mascara and I don't wanna get this in the mascara. Very soft, subtle, just gives an extra little pop and brightness to the eye. For lips, I'm gonna be going with a warm nude. I'm gonna line my lips with the Laura Mercier Hazelnut Lip Liner. And because this does contrast with my natural lip color pretty, I mean, it's very, very warm, so you definitely see it. I'm gonna kind of fill in the corners of my lip, kind of sketch it so that when the lipstick fades off, I don't see this harsh line of lip liner. And then I'm gonna press that together to kind of help the color and the pigment spread on the lips, but in a real natural way. And then we're gonna be using the shade Dance Floor Princess by Charlotte Tilbury. This is part of her Hot Lips 2 collection. And this is the finished look. I love this palette. I love this palette. I said it in my first review video of this palette, which I'll have linked down below if you want to see another option using this palette. But it's beautiful, you guys. This is like a neutral lover's dream palette. It has everything that you need. I'm really, really loving it. I love the variety of formulas. I love how she mixes the little warm inside a predominantly cool palette. I feel like we don't really see that too much. We see a lot of really warm palettes, but not a whole lot of cool palettes. But I do like I said, that there is some warmth in here because I like mixing undertones. I like mixing warm and cool. So anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me all your questions, comments. If you've picked this palette up, what are your thoughts? Let's have a conversation down in the comment section below. As always, thank you guys for spending, 20 minutes of your time with me today. I really appreciate it. Our time is so valuable, and I appreciate you choosing to spend some of it with me. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.